Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am back, like I said in my previous two videos. Hello, how's it going? I'm great. As you can tell by the name of this video, it is called My Actual Thoughts on the new Power Rangers movie. A couple videos or trailers dropped a while ago. Actually, I believe the second one dropped last week, and there was a teaser way before when I was gone, and a couple images surfaced and stuff. So I feel like it is my duty as a Power Rangers fan to come up here and just give you guys my initial thoughts on the entire thing, because a lot has been said about this movie and a lot has been shown. So yeah, let's get started with the good things. I fully enjoyed the second trailer a lot more than the first, and I think that the first was so far from the original series. It was a lot darker and a lot moodier, and the second one I feel like really does complement the series very well. They showed a bit more characters in the second one. We got to see Zordon, and I honestly really like the way Zordon looks. I like that he's mobile and he kind of goes around the command center. I think that looks great. I, as a huge Ranger fan and a huge Black Ranger fan, oh, he is my favorite Ranger. I was very happy that they showed him a lot more in the second one, in the second trailer, because like I said before, he is one of my favorite Rangers. Not necessarily Zach, but I love Adam. Adam is my favorite Ranger of all time. I think I've said this in this channel so many times. You guys are probably sick of me saying that he's my favorite Ranger, but he is my favorite Ranger. So just to see a lot more of this character in the trailer, I thought, hey, he looks great. We also get to see Alpha 5, and I like Bill Hader as Alpha 5. I think his voice is great and it sounds great, and I am excited to see what he does with this character, because the way that this character looks is not my favorite. So I enjoy that Bill Hader is actually voicing this thing. I like the command center. I like that they made the command center the spaceship, because one of my issues with the original series was that the command center was outside and stuff, so like pretty much anyone could go in and look at the command center, and this time it's underground and it looks great. I feel like it fits the universe very well. So yeah, I like it. Okay, so I know I had said this before about the suits, and that I did not like the suits, that they reminded me so much of Iron Man, and they just looked very robotic and chunky, and I felt like it wouldn't work well with their fighting and everything. But this second trailer changed my mind completely. I've done a 180. I think they look great. I think they fit the universe great. I think they look great, like contrasted to the new putties. I feel like, hey, they're not as bulky as I thought they would be, so they look great. What other things? Putties. I like the putties. I think these putties, I don't know if they're going to call them the putties, but I like the way they look. I like that there are rock formations. I like that they're menacing, because in the original series, there were people in spandex and they would like dance around and stuff. So I like that these look scary and that they come out of the ground. So I really like the new putty. The overall trailers, I think, look amazing cinematically wise. I think they look great. I feel like they're gonna look great, but I have some issues with it as well. The way that you know, the Transformers movies look great. You know, they are great, and their dialogue and everything else is terrible. So that's one of my biggest worries, is that it's gonna look beautiful, but it's not gonna have a lot of what we like from the original series. It's just gonna be in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face, but then the dialogue and the plot and all the subplots are not gonna really make sense, and they're just gonna be thrown there just cause. So that's my biggest worry out of this. I didn't talk about the Zords yet, but the Zords, I like the Zords. I like that they don't look like toys, because I did see the toys before I watched the trailer, and I was worried that that is how they were gonna look. But In the actual trailer, they look great. They look like robot versions of the animal, which I think is great. So now let's talk about the bad, because there is a lot of things I have issues with when it comes to these trailers and the images that dropped. I'd say one of my biggest gripes with this thing is that Alpha 5 Alpha 5 looks, oh, I don't know what it is about Alpha 5. I feel like he kind of pulls me out of the trailers. And when I saw the image of him, I was like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna work. You know, he looks like he had headlights like from a car or something. He looks kind of strange. And then when I saw it in the trailer, I was still not convinced, you know. But like I said before, Bill Hader, I love Bill Hader and I love his voice. And he did voice BB-8. So I'm like, maybe he could make it work for me. Maybe, fingers crossed, he makes it work for me, because that's one of my biggest gripes. Gripe is Goldar. I don't know what is up with people. Goldar, I don't like. I don't like that he is this huge blob sort of thing. And I don't know if it's just me, but he kind of resembles a gold version of the Megazord in this thing, in this universe. Kind of looks like a gold version of him, like a melted gold statue of it. And I just don't like the way that looks. I don't know how he's going to be fit into this movie, basically because in the original series, he was one of the main villains, and he, in many accounts, got so close to beating the Rangers, and he had this entire like rivalry with Jason and Tommy, and in this one, I feel like he's just this big blob, and I don't know, it kind of pulls me out of it, specifically because he looks strange. He looks so strange. The fact that both trailers are extremely different from each other. One of the biggest issues I had with the Suicide Squad was that every trailer that dropped was different, and that every trailer that dropped looked different. The first trailer that dropped for the Power Rangers was extremely dark. Like, it had a dark tone, it had dark music in the background. The second one drops and it's Kanye. Like it's so different, and that's what I'm afraid of, that maybe the studio might have gotten involved and it's like, you know what, we saw what happened to Fantastic Four. It was extremely dark and they did terrible. How about we switch it up and make it light and bright, just like all these Captain America films and stuff. So I'm afraid that that's what happened, or that's what's gonna happen, or that's why this second trailer is so different from the first. These people to create something wonderful and to kind of bring my childhood back. So I hope that they take that into consideration and pretty much go with what their instinct tells them, not what the studio tells them. So yeah, the music that they chose for the second trailer, I did not like. I don't like Kanye. I feel like they're trying to appeal to the teenagers and the tweens. They want to appeal to a different audience and to new audiences everywhere, because, you know, it's a new age and you have to get that bank from the teenagers and stuff. But I honestly feel like they don't have to do that. The movie should sell itself, not trying to, you know, shoehorn things in to try to appeal to a newer audience. I said I liked the first trailer, but the second one for me had some good, had some bad, and Kanye was one of the bads. I don't become a big joke, it's gonna be sad. So that's why I am very hesitant on watching this film or having anyone else watch this film, especially because, like I said before, two different tones, two different trailers. What is going on? What is the actual tone? So there's that. Okay, so I do have a theory on how this movie is going to play out. Like I said, it's not necessarily what is actually going to happen, but this is just my theory and my opinions. If you guys have any interesting theories, go ahead and list them down below. I would love to know what you guys think is going to happen in this movie, because I'm one of those people that loves to theorize anything. So yeah, one of my theories is that they are going to try and establish a character, Tommy. They're going to try to establish Tommy, and the reason I think they're going to try to establish Tommy is because towards the end of this movie, they will get their hands on that green coin. They have to get their hands on that green coin. So they're going to have to put a character that is heroic, but not necessarily a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just, maybe he's a new kid, maybe he's just a random bully. He could be that guy that bullies Billy. He, you know, turns to the light side, and yeah, because they're going to have to get that coin, and Tommy has been such a huge part of the Power Rangers universe and the lore that they're going to have to establish his character in the first one, but not necessarily give us so much of him, you know? And I feel like Lord Zed's going to have to come out at the end of this movie because, like I said, he has to be established as well. Because both of them have been such a huge part of the universe. So yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like they are not going to kill off Rita just yet. I feel like they're going to injure her to the point where she won't be able to do much bad until Lord Zed comes and helps her maybe restore her power, helps her get that green coin. But definitely they're going to have to take that coin now, so that in the next movie we can just jump right into them beating Lord Zed and Rita. So that's what I think. I unfortunately feel like they are going to kill off Goldar. Why? Because that's just how I feel. I feel like he is the one character that they're going to have to kill off. Kind of like Crossbones in Captain America. He is a villain, yes, but he's just so unneeded. And I feel like because Elizabeth Banks is this huge star, they're not going to want to release her just yet. So that's what I feel is going to happen. If you guys have any suggestions on what videos I should make next, or top 10 Power Rangers, because I could totally do that. I love Power Rangers. I could totally do top 10 Power Rangers, top 10 most interesting characters, top 10 best series. Let me know, because like I said, I am back now, and this time is for sure. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of the new Power Rangers trailers and all these images that have popped up, and what are you guys most looking forward to in this movie. All right, guys, that's it from me. Bye.